MJ, back again for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Alright. So, Power Rangers is
on hiatus.
On hiatus, to our knowledge, unless they decide to throw some weird curveballs. So this will be our standard weekly live react. We will only be having these live reactions for the next several months, which works well for you because you have the late weekends for a little while, and I've got to try and get together the filming of preferably everything remaining in Power Reviews if I can. So we gotta
work for 13-hour shifts.
Yes. So those are our big plans for the summer. Although I will still occasionally be doing bonus video where I can. Like, for instance, by the time this comes out, I imagine that the Conversations in Context video on Autism Awareness Month has been released, because
we're running out of Autism Awareness Month.
Yes, because this is going to be out after the month ends. So, by the time this is out, the Autism Awareness Month video should be released. So feel free to check that one out with our very special guest co-host, Liz Christensen from Toku Ladies Podcast.
Pocky Squirrel.
Pocky Squirrel, yes, better known as Pocky Squirrel. Who I know is very happy right now because she finally got her Kuga belt in the mail. She has been thrilled over that. So
she's like the only other major player in the fandom who's near us.
Yeah. She happens to live surprisingly close to us, and this was actually our first time hanging out. Not at Power Morphicon.
Yeah.
On our actual coast. So yes, definitely check that out. I hope that you guys enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoy all the Power Review stuff that's coming your way. I'm going to be doing some filming for episode 88 right after this.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to keep plowing through to try and get that one out.
I'm gonna have the video game with my headphones
hopefully on. June-ish is the idea for 88, sometime in June. So we'll see what happens. And then 89 and 90, the big goal is to try and get those both out this summer, but that's going to be tricky. So we'll see what happens. So I'd say right now we should.
Memory usage.
I don't know what's going on.
I only got.
Yeah.
My laptop is lying.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. Alright, so I'd say that it's time that we kick off with, speaking of all our other video series, let's get into this one with episode 8 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, Princess of Cepeus?
That's episode 7.
Episode 7 is what we're on.
You just said 8.
Ah, blast. I think you started to say 8, and then I said 8. Episode 7 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, Princess of Cepeus.
Cepeus?
Cepeus? I don't know. Oh, we are diving right in with Cold Open. It's a little different. Usually we lead off
why
with
the... Why is the paleontologist giving them a biology lesson?
I have no idea. This is very strange.
Oh, she's about to discover static electricity.
Okay, so the temples are magnetically neutral. That reverse soul is convenient.
He's watching TV with Tiramigo.
Sure.
Co-leave here?
Apparently Tiramigo can talk. Because he learned from the TV. This is absurd. But very cute. Nice, nice. Okay. Why would you do that? Wait, what? You're 200 years old? What? Why do you act like you're 5? Okay, there's gonna be a sound-based monster this week.
Sound-based monster, he thought he heard something.
Audio Soul.
Sepul. Okay, so it is Cepeus.
Is it Cepeus?
She just said Sepul.
Okay, I couldn't quite make it out. Bumba. Toe and Bumba. Punching each other, flipping around. It's Toe and Bumba. Now they got some swords there, still flipping around. I feel like I'm just going to improvise like a new La Bamba song every time these two guys are on stream.
I
Yeah, Toe is...
People will always betray you.
Okay. So... Bumpa's a little jaded.
Little?
Yeah. Toa was...
Oh, here comes the Princess of Cepeus.
Yep. There we go.
Their little dudes are chasing them because they're running.
That's right, you gotta do the little flip of the face shield thing. You're so cool.
Hey, this didn't start with the song right away.
Yeah, I know, there hasn't been a theme song. I mentioned that right from the get-go, that we just went straight into a cold open as opposed to the theme song, which is...
Yeah, I remember you saying cold open. I was just like, I didn't realize as opposed to what until just now.
Yeah. Because the last several episodes haven't... They just go straight into the K-bomb.
Yeah.
Slashy, slashy. That's the ticket. I think that's the John Lovett soul. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, nice slice. I'm a swordsman, yeah.
Whoa!
No, they're not Drudons. Why were they fighting Drudons? Oh, there we go. It's a little weird. Do better do. Kaboom! Yorotaki Karusodo, Chikate Batorudo. Bam, 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 bam. Momo, Ritai, Kono, Sekai, Nadesa, Naseno, Naito, Kimi Tara, Naso no Michi o Yugeyo, Tadashiki Emburu, Yushi no Ashikashi, Sa, Soru Hitotsu ni. Dona toki demo nigenai. 誰にケツたちを鳴らせはべがの力ギラテ光るスロー違ってバトルド指は一人で見るよりみんなでリラックスとかなるケタンデド立ててこ正義に突きやめよう立て Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. During those bits that
At this
fly
point,
right by.
I'm just trying to concentrate on getting the rhythm and the pronunciation. I will worry about the notes later.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if that's the rhythm on the ones where you go into the pattern. Like, they go by fast, but I don't think it's quite at that rate. What's this guy? I'm assuming he's a TV host. Oh. He's a crooner. He doesn't seem to be doing great. Yeah, there we go. Audio. Hey, Kirian.
Kids.
Huh.
What are you doing with all the kids? This spot is for the adults.
Oh, I guess he's just sort of parsing them out. It's a little weird. Oh, even Ko got knocked out.
Whoa!
Oh, he's awake now. There we go. I think that Ko is 209.
That means the other ones are probably that old too.
Yeah, it's not old.
It also means that Bamba and his brother had a lot of time to get betrayed.
Oh, he did pop them in just in time. Okay, so he wasn't knocked out at all. He was playing possum there.
Actually, this guy, are you hurt? No. If I recall correctly, that's just, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that look, when he said to Uri, it was translated as, are you okay?
I guess they were... Every now and again, they take...
Liberties?
Yeah, from what I've seen. Because I've noticed different subtitling for...
The same phrase?
The same phrase. Hey! Every moment is showtime. This guy looks like he'd fit right in with the Lupins. Wazoo! You got some style.
Why doesn't he look anything like...
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, okay, so this is a general.
I think
not
this
the Venusaur.
Yeah, no. I think this guy is our knight piece for the chessboard.
Who just happens to have a showmanship theme in the episode where the Venusaur is a one-hit wonder.
Yes. How cool of you to pick on the top. Oh! I don't know why you...
Okay, first of all, he doesn't look very powerless to me.
Oh, he's... Oh, that's interesting. Wow. These kids are great.
Yeah, these three were the three that talk and do the...
Yeah, they're little martial artists.
Mini martial artists.
I was expecting that the kids would just, be
Fight
human
badly.
shields. But no, those kids can kick it. They're like, some three ninjas.
The three in the front row were definitely special cast for this.
Yeah, which is great. I love when you get stuff like that. Cepeus.
ここに来るまでに何があったのか聞かせていただけますか。
ほう、礼をわきまえたやつがいたか。
Okay, so I take it she's the princess.
いたよ。
But I feel like the other one that we saw, the girl that we saw with the little stripe in her hair is probably also from the planet.
我と妹のフィータも
Yeah, her
そい
sister.
つにさらわれた。
妹。
だが隙
That
を
was the one with the stripe
我らは
in
逃げ
her
出した
hair.
のだ。
This one has stripes in her hair too. It's just curly.
Yep.
必死で追って泣こうとして妹はこの星へ不時着
Yeah,
した。
there she is. Well, she has the single stripe.
What's weird about her sister is that instead of being integrated with the rest of her hair, her pink part is longer. And I can't tell if that's because somebody in costuming decided not to trim it to the length of the actress's hair, or
well,
that was deliberate.
I think it's the same thing actually with the pink swirls. It's just less obvious because it's all together.
俺手伝うよ。たった一人の家族がいないって
I think she still just has one stripe. It's just been split
Maybe.
大切な
because it's narrower.
I mean, it's going off on both
命も惜
sides.
しくない。
Right, but her hair has gone this and then out.
Yeah. Her skirt is
Plastic.
very plastic. Ooh. What?
And then she said Keperu.
Yeah. I thought she was saying K-Pal
You're
earlier.
right.
I have a feeling that she's probably an idol or something.
They probably both are.
Yeah. That was very strange.
さっき遊園地で聞いた。
フィータ
Okay,
ここ
cool.
にカルテナの妹が。
That's convenient.
あ
I love seeing the father like looking up to be like, where does spotlight come from?
And the 200-something-year-olds don't even, like, they're old with it.
Yeah.
Okay, boom!
Didn't even bother trying
I was
to
gonna
put
say,
it.
where are your cartoon dudes?
They just didn't feel like trying to sneak them in here, apparently. I have a feeling we'll probably see them less and less across the course of the series.
You're probably right.
I think
Why is
that,
Black not morphing?
no, stick and stun. I guess he's going after the princess. Ooh. Interesting how the Solid Soul actually acts as armor across the whole body, not just where the armor forms. Spring.
They're doing sort of a in-combat roll call.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, and here come the little kids.
Again, the ones we see actually in
Yeah,
combat
which
are
is-
the three that speak.
Yeah, the ones going up against Ko are significantly more confident than the other two. Groups.
Push
No!
them along with the kids?
That's not cool. Don't do that. It's not good. Yuzu Ryusoulger. Okay. Yeah, sure, you could sing. That works too.
She might be,
She has magic songing.
I was gonna say, she might be snapping the kids out of it. Yep.
Yep, that's apparently a thing. It's a magic song of magic. Children love songs. Sure. Why not?
Tira! Tira!
Yeah.
I love how he's like addicted to turning Tiramigo miniature and taking him home with him.
It's cute. It's very silly.
He's watching TV with Tiramigo.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're not going to see that happen with the rest of them.
No.
They're not going to hang around the house. Oh, he's flying. I mean, he's semi-flying.
Also, I find it amusing that the whole want to jump to the ocean to see the world thing is just dropped now.
Now you morph!
Yep. I know why it took his time, but
No, I
guess he didn't see the need for it until now. Hey, there's the princess. So how do you wake these people up? Yep.
リータのためなら命も惜しくない。
Whee! She got chains. Oh, apparently they're waking up now.
Alright, so they're gonna cut everyone's chains, rescue the princess, and leave Ui to evacuate everyone else?
Yeah, that seems right.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I'm not sure if they've said
See, I told you it's flying.
There it goes, yeah. Now it's really flying.
Well, before it seemed to be slightly higher and then it landed, so it was almost like it was like
Yeah, it did a
hovering
little-
over
little
and then
glide jump.
stopped. Yeah. Let's talk about glide jump and more of it. That's how it moved forward.
Yeah.
ポータルスモードだ。
Fortress mode was a thing, wasn't it? I don't remember when that was a thing, but that feels like it was a thing. Whoa, no, we have not seen this.
We've definitely not seen this before.
Okay, sure, why not? Apparently they got a tank mode. Because, we were not copying enough things. Also, I do like tank modes. There's not
It
enough
appears
tank
to be
modes.
running on the... Was it just me or was it just running on the rails?
A little bit, yeah. Hey, Tiger Lance. You need a... There we go.
お前らを助けるためじゃない。あの姉妹を助けるため。
Interesting that it leads with the tail there.
素直じゃないな。
But yeah, not...
I don't want to help you. We're just saving the sisters.
Yeah. Alright, now we're reforming into a Megazord.
Are you 12? No, he's 212.
Yeah. Whoosh. 5
By the
nights.
way, if these guys are 200 years old,
Yeah.
imagine how old the elder must be.
He's probably at least a good 1,000.
Yeah.
目には目をだ。太陽の光を。
Put the sun to use ourselves.
そうか。
Oh, okay. That's right, because you have all these ridiculous souls, and in this case, apparently the polished soul can be used.
It makes the ground smooth.
Yeah, so it's shiny. Did he just blow up? Or...
He crashed. And that's the end of the fight.
Okay, no, he's
Alright, he's
okay.
on the ground. Alright, here we go.
I'm like, he didn't explode, but he's not getting back up. Okay, now he's back up.
We've got the edge on the ground.
There we go. Smashy, smashy. My drill is the drill that will pierce the monster. Oh, nice. What?
Standing in front of the freaking
What?
Ferris wheel.
That's not good.
Well, now it's not in front of the children.
Oh, I gotta figure out where it went. That's not good.
姉さん、
Hey,
リータ。
sisters.
よかった。ちゃんと再会できて。
Nice.
結構いい感じじゃない？あの姉妹か。いや、それもそうだけど。俺たち
He's like, come on, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
もう頑固だな。
リータ、
Bumba still haven't done it.
この者たちならドルイドンを倒せるかもしれない。5体の騎士竜の力があれば。
必ず ドリードンは俺たちが倒す。だから大丈夫。
Nice.
キシリュウ。
どうしたの？
いや、今
She just
カルデラ
mentioned
が
the
キシリュウと
dynamites.
言った。カルデラの前でトリケーンたちのことをキシリュウと呼んだことはないはず。
考えすぎじゃない？
Dun dun.
Sentai really likes to play music, so we're singing. La 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 la.
It's also more fun this way. There we go. And boom!
The knights defend the sisters. Don't be deceived. Ryusoul combined.
Okay. The miraculous singing voice. Okay, so we got another sort of two-part thing going on. There we go.
Man, I didn't get any credit for that because my Fitbit's out of battery.
I was just double checking because I know I saw. Okay, so that was the cockatrice Minosaur, if I pronounced that right.
Alright.
Which is not one of the monsters I'm super one of the
How dare you, picking on the powerless.
like what?
Wow.
He says as he's, kicking his butt.
So that is some BS right there.
Yeah, we gotta see. I'm curious to learn more about Wyzool here. He seems to be taking Tank Joe's spot with surprisingly little fanfare. He just kind of showed up and is kind of mid-plan involving brainwashing children and kidnapping princesses.
And running a pretty good little mind-washing propaganda campaign.
Yeah.
In which he is the victim.
Yeah. Which, is helped a lot by having a monster with... I'm assuming that the monster's
voice has a different effect on the children than adults.
Yeah, I'm guessing
the adults
that's
all
the
went to
deal.
sleep and the children all got brainwashed.
Yeah. Considering the emphasis on audio effects here.
Yeah.
Beats by Druidon and whatnot. I'm feeling a little putty today. Alright. But yeah, so we're kicking off our new villain arc thing. I don't really know where it's going, and the Singing Sisters were rather random. But it is at least drawing attention to the fact that the Druidons have been off-world this whole time, and apparently they have not just been,
they've not just been chilling out. They've been oppressing other planets.
Yeah. Supposedly. We don't really know what the deal is with these princesses, because we got our ominous look from Melto how did they know that they were called Kishiryu? Like, did they really not, yell out that they were summoning their Kishiryu at any point they were summoning their Kishiryu? Like, I'm not 100% sure. I would need to double check that.
I'm gonna guess no.
I guess not. It's still a little weird. It's like, like they had to deliberately not call out the thing that they call out every giant monster battle in order to make this plot point work, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, they said in the sisters' presence, so...
Well, I mean...
If the sisters weren't at a major combat and they said it, it doesn't make... You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I mean, I feel like they were still in the general vicinity.
Fair enough.
So long as they're in the general vicinity, it's reasonable that they could have heard them calling out to summon the giant... Because, I mean, if the Kishiryu can hear you from wherever you are, there's no reason to assume that, you know, someone who's around the corner wouldn't be able to hear you.
I always put that down as a property of the Kishiryu, not shout.
I mean, true. But, yeah, it's vague.
Fair enough.
But I'm going to assume they didn't say it. I wasn't paying close enough attention to notice, but they did draw attention to it towards the end.
They also don't know what went on when they weren't there. Because the princess also spent substantial time with Black and Green.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're like, Melto was making some weird assumption there at the end with their dramatic zoom-in. But I'm assuming that it's a correct assumption because we got the dramatic zoom-in.
Yeah. Either that or it's a red herring. A very deliberate one.
Also, you know, Bombo is emphasizing you can't trust anyone, and thus far we have not been given any other explicit reason not to trust them. So I'm assuming this is an explicit reason not to trust them, and that there's going to be...
Well, which is interesting, though, because Bomba actually seems to take to them faster than he did to the other...
Yeah. Well, they're playing they're playing the family card, and that's the card for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, these sisters are pretty random, and so is Wyzul, and I'm hoping that we get a little bit more development in the next episode to see where this is going.
I want to check on your theory that they're idols.
Yeah. Well, I can take a quick look here. Cardena and Fida. And...
Interesting.
Are they or no?
I don't know, but while I was looking it up, I found out that Cepeus is the name of 2 rulers of Ethiopia.
Oh, interesting.
Who were grandfather and grandson.
Alright, she's described as an actress and singer. Cardena is, so I'm assuming the same thing for Fida. I don't know, I don't see any listing of her other roles outside of this.
I was going to say, try Googling the name. Japanese actress.
So yeah, I don't know.
No, they might not be idols.
I just kind of assume at the very... I'm assuming at the very least that the first one was, because...
She keeps singing?
Yeah, because, like, if you're getting somebody... If you have a guest star who just randomly sings all the time, odds are they are professional at randomly singing in places.
Yeah. Well, if you back it up and just take the other sister's actress name to Google...
Yeah. I can see who she is. To the Googles. Maybe.
No, you haven't backed it up yet. You're still a few.
No, I couldn't tell because of ads covering up which page I was on. In a lot of ads right now.
Wikipedia.
So it said that she is a singer and actress, voice actress. She is one of the vocalists of the Japanese rock band Lovendor.
There we go.
So that makes sense.
She's from a band.
Yeah, I figured it had to be because that does tend to be a regular thing with Sentai to just have a random musician guest star.
They have a link
to the What's up?
She was a member of the Japanese idol group Morning Musume.
Musume. There we go. Yeah. So that, and she's participated in other music acts as well.
Hey, Daddy.
So,
I thought we were going to find Idol in her history.
yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where you can kind of tell. It's like...
Yeah, the way they present the character.
I think the best moment of the episode by far, though, is when Ui's dad...
Was just giving her a shoulder massage?
No, when she starts singing out of nowhere, and he's just like...
Where'd the light come from? This is my house, and I'm telling you, there's no light there.
Like, that was the best moment of the episode. It was just a lovely little lampshade of how absurd her suddenly breaking out into song with really no prompting.
Yeah.
It's like, so what's your deal? I'm going to sing now. That gave us no exposition. And yet now we understand everything. Like, I almost wonder if her song somehow just swayed them to help her.
I mean, she used it to unbrainwash children. So
Yeah, so it's entirely possible that it may have actually swayed the Ryusoulgers.
Has, like, brain control powers.
And that would be why Bamba would be on board with helping them as well.
Yeah. If he was affected by the song.
Exactly.
That would explain him acting out of character and being very trusting of her.
Yeah. Comparatively. Yeah.
Of course.
And meanwhile, Melto's like, we did not say that specific word that they seem to know. Even though, like, they kind of did. Actually, the more I'm thinking about it, they're saying they didn't say that, like, as far as the subtitles use Dino Knight for Kishiryu. And then for Kishiryu the Megazord, it's Dino Knight Rex. And once they got their formation, they all called out, Dino Knight Rex 5 Knights. They did actually use the word Kishiryu.
They were inside the cockpit at that point.
So they're declaring themselves. They're declaring themselves. Ostensibly, the monster should be hearing them. And anyone on the ground should reasonably be able to hear them.
I don't know if I believe that.
It's one of those things where it's a matter of what conceit of the show you are choosing to go with. Because, let's face it, they can be heard from the cockpits when they want to be. Just in general. Like, you can call out to they can call out to somebody from the cockpit and someone will respond to them, and that's...
I mean, I've seen them do it to each other, but I always assumed that was, like, helmet-to-helmet comms.
I don't know. I mean, they also yell out, they yell out at monsters. Like, that's been a common thing, to yell at a monster and the monster will yell back.
Oh, that's fair.
As far as just common tropes. So it's basically, you can hear someone from a Megazord whenever the show decides that that's what needs to be happening. So that's what makes it so just sort of a little bit weird that when they're declaring themselves in front of the monster, which, you know, ostensibly...
They do.
They're not just yelling inside the cockpit and no one else can hear, because that feels a little weird to do this self-declaration. It's like if I were to yell into a closet, you know, if I were to, like, if I was like Superman, I go into the telephone booth, and then I yell out, I'm Superman, while still in the telephone booth that's soundproof and no one else can hear you. Like, why would you do that?
Man, I don't know why anyone in Sentai does anything.
I'm just saying, it's very strange to do a declarative roll call.
You're right. I mean...
For no one. So, Melto, you're wrong.
Sorry, Melto.
Like, maybe you didn't say specifically Kishiryu, but you did say Kishiryu 5 Knights. Very clearly, upon making that formation. Within range of the amusement park, because otherwise we wouldn't have called attention to all those kids
children in the Ferris wheel
directly behind the monster.
That is playing dirty, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Using civilians as human shield.
Yeah, exactly.
That is playing dirty.
Yeah, and that's what they were doing all episode.
Oh
But that was just... It's just funny because this whole plot point that's supposed to make us suspicious of them is like, you couldn't have picked anything else as far as to be your point of suspicion. It needs to be something that you regularly scream out in battle.
Yeah.
Like, why would anyone know they're the Ryusoulgers? Because they yell in battle. It's like, that would have been like somebody saying, wait, how did they know that we're a Sentai? It's like, and not even like, beyond all that, Kishiryu, it just means Dino Knight.
It means Dragon Knight.
Well, together we will fight the fight. I feel like there's some sort of, they had mentioned like the name of their tribe or something. Something that's not just part of them being rangers in battle would have been a much less nonsensical point to end on.
Definitely.
The only reason that we know that's suspicious is because of the dramatic zoom.
Yes.
I'm very amused by this. Ryusoulger continues to be cute, but so far is not really bringing it on the story.
I'm enjoying the characters, though.
The characters are cute. It's like...
I'm gonna jump in the river and swim to the ocean, because I've spent 200 years in a forest.
That's also, it was just such a weird little scene. It's like, wait, what? What? Don't you have business with, like, killing Kiryan? You were planning on doing that last week.
And carefully, you're gonna get an earache. Maybe you should jump off the bridge from up here. If you really intend to do that, could you maybe go down to the shore and wade into the water like a sailor?
No, and that didn't go anywhere.
No.
Outside of they're just like, we need to come up with a contrived reason for him to have earplugs.
Yep.
That was it.
And Yui just happened to have earplugs to give him.
Yes. Yeah. It was a weird little contrived scene that had a very specific purpose that was well telegraphed. And only popped up in that immediate next scene.
Stop touching the screen of my computer.
There was a little schmutz.
Oh, we'll get it later.
There's a little schmutz over there.
Touching my laptop screen.
I liked Fortress mode.
Yeah, that was cool.
We haven't
It
had
did seem to
enough
involve
tank modes.
rolling at him butt first.
Yeah, which is a little weird. The fact that it leads with the T-Rex tail is a little bit of a weird formation. But I do generally like when Megazords have that alternate mode. Because we don't see it that often. Like, even Go Busters, for all of its, dual changing or triple changing Zords, they didn't have any non-humanoid combinations.
I'm okay with that.
And I'm just saying that it's always nice when I get to see them. Outside of, we'll occasionally get Ultra Zords, which are something of a tank. But outside of what we had, in Mighty Morphin there was tank mode for the original Megazord. The Thunder Zords had kind of a cheat where they just all surfed around on the same platform. That was kind of a cheat, but it was at least fun because the thing that you put the Firebird on basically made it a handle so that you could just kind of swoosh it through the air. That was my first Megazord toy, and it was fun to do the swoosh through the air. And then, the Zeo Ultra Zord kind of had a tank mode as opposed to the regular Ultra Zord mode. But again, it's just like all the Zords just kind of rest on top of a thing.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
It's a little bit of a cheat for a tank mode. Just like with the Thunder Zords. And I'm trying to think what other Zord formations have been a tank mode. And, the Omega Megazord had the Omega Crawler. That was pretty nice. And And then the Time Force Megazord was just great because that was a triple changer Megazord.
Yes.
When I cosplayed for it back in Power Morphicon, I just did red to blue. But if I laid them all down, that would basically be jet mode. Yeah. I just wouldn't be inside of it during that time. Wild Force sort of, kind of, a little bit, in just they sort of had a transition point between the Zords coming together and then coming in, taking on the Megazord form.
Yeah. But
they never really used that as a battle formation that I can recall. It was just sort of a little transition where, like, all the animal heads were faced forward and then we had a pivot on the legs. I don't think anybody else. I mean, Swap Megazord turned into a giant gun. That was super cool.
And their headquarters kind of turned into a tank.
Yes.
And rolled around.
Although that wasn't really a combo.
No.
That was a single mode change, but it was still a cool.
Yeah, building change. It turned into a tank.
I'm just thinking specifically combinations that had more than one formation. And so far,
well, there's always the Mystic Force, either
the dragon. Yes, the Mystic Dragon was really nice.
I enjoyed the Mystic Dragon.
That was a great alternate mode. I remember there was the Battle Fleet in Overdrive, which was kind of a thing. The Battle Fleet Megazord, which was
I blocked that whole season out.
Which was really just like they were 5 parts of a battleship that came apart and then came back together into a Megazord. It didn't. That one's another one where it's like, I feel like they weren't really Zords individually, because they didn't really make individual things. It was just kind of came apart into 5 really randomly shaped vehicles that were just clearly parts of the giant.
They were never really used on their own. They were just rearranged. In that way, it's kind of more like the building in SPD.
Yeah. And then RPM didn't. I can't think of anything with Samurai. Gosei Ultimate was another one where it was really not several Zords. It was just a ship that turned into a
I was about to say
Megazord.
the ship, the pirate ship.
Yeah, for Super Mega Force. But that was just everything nested inside of the pirate ship somehow, because it had super hammer space powers. I'm sorry, my apologies. Super Mega Hammer Space powers. And then I don't think anything with Dino Charge. I can't think of anything really with Ninja Steel. So it was pretty much, as far as the tank modes, those alt forms that we've had. Original Megazord, Omega Crawler, Time Force Jet Mode, and Mystic Dragon. And that's about it. In terms of, like, legit alt modes for Megazord combos. And I'm glad we get a new one. And hopefully this also is, can be easily modded just like the main Megazord can, where you can pop on Mirror Needle and Tiger Lance onto the Fortress mode.
Yeah.
And have,
Extra Super Fortress!
Extra Super Fortress, Super Mega Fortress. Super Mega Dino Fortress.
No Super Mega. No more Super Megas! No more Super Megas.
I'm sorry, the Super Robot Dino Force Monkey Force Go. So, I think we're at a good stopping point here.
Yes.
Again, I'm hoping that stuff starts picking up with the story of Ryusoulger, because right now it's not really landing very well. It's feeling weak overall. Just it's got a lot of fun, cute aspects, but it's not feeling very It's not feeling very coherent, and it's not giving us that Lupin Ranger episodic feel either. It's like they're trying for an arc and failing. Yeah, which is disappointing, especially because this, in so many ways, feels like it's trying so hard from a design an aesthetic standpoint to recapture past successes, and from a story standpoint, just feels like a hodgepodge. And it has sort of a Megaforce feel to it, where Megaforce was going after. Yeah, it was going after the nostalgia, and the story itself was just a hodgepodge. Yeah, I feel like that's what we're dealing with, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping it gets better, and I'm hoping.
I mean, again, the one saving grace is that I do enjoy the characters.
Yeah, the characters are adorable, and the aesthetics, as derivative as they may be, are at least fun.
Yeah, they're pretty.
So that's good times. So we'll see what's going on with the Idol Princesses next week. And until then, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
Jigglypuff, Jiggly.
Ah!